Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here's a Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of hard work. I think that you have been, you've been of service to people. I think you're someone that really is and has been doing a lot for other people. Okay? You've really been generous with your energy. We're going to put this into some context, all right, and see what's going on with some of this energy. There's the Ten of Swords. I almost feel like you've been taken for granted, okay? So we've got the moon energy, we've got the universe, we've got the eon, and the hermit. Yeah, that makes sense to me. We've got a Two of Swords, Five of Cups, Four of Wands, and Five of Wands. I feel like you are kind of, you're consolidating some of your energy, okay? And I think that you have spent a lot of time in your life. This past year, maybe 2023, was a year that was kind of you giving. Yeah? Maybe you were putting in a lot of work. I wonder now, well, first let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We see a lot of major arcana. I think you're really surrounded by divine energy right now. And I feel like this last year was preparation. Now, here's the mystery card, little Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. But first, let's take a look around the room here. Major, 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 major. Okay, fire, water, air, and earth. So we have this air and earth situation, which are, I think really it's been a lot of preparation. You've been putting in a lot of work somewhere. And it's almost like a lot of volunteer work, a lot of training, a lot of being of service, a lot of a lot of community service or something, right? That I think has been kind of an incubation for you. I think that it's been preparing you for now what's taking place this year. And I think this is the year that you really step into your power. This might be the year even that you step out onto your own, right? We have this world or universe card in the past. And I think that you've been doing all of this stuff for others. You've been putting in work. You've been giving. You've been very generous with your energy. You've been supporting the world. You've been of service, right? And I think that is really, I think you've built yourself up to this doorway, this eon, judgment, rebirth, reawakening. And I think that you're coming out on the other side now an individual. You're coming out maybe from the many to the one, that you were maybe involved with a group, but now you're solo, okay? Now, this could be a lot of different things, okay? It literally could be that you've been part of a company and you've been putting in a lot of effort. You've been giving that company, a lot of your energy, a lot of your ideas, right? A lot of your skills, a lot of your blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of your time. And the transition now that we see with this Eon card, this is kind of saying now this is a new year, right? New year, new you. you're going solo. You're going independent. We're getting out of some sort of a partnership, relationship, something that you were involved with that was taking advantage of you, that was taking you for granted, I think, right? But it doesn't mean that it was a waste of time, though. That's the important thing here, is that the universe has you surrounded, right? Spirit has got you, that this was all part of the plan, okay? And that, I think, is the difficult thing to realize here, that this is all part of the plan. This isn't something regrettable. You've put in a lot of hours here, but now you're going your own way. Well, that's okay. This was a necessary stage, okay? So with the Seven of Pentacles, this is a lot of effort and not a lot of rewards. This is maybe you put in a lot of hours here, a lot of overtime, right? You went above and beyond. The recognition wasn't there. The accolades weren't there. The rewards, the payment wasn't there. You know, there was not a betrayal, but I think that there was some expectations that were involved here that I think you're coming to realize are never going to be met. Okay, and so I think we're using this as a way to transition into our own energy, into our own power. You could have been part of a group. Now you're solo. You could be working for a company. Now you're working for yourself, right? You could have been maybe in a relationship. Now you're on your own. But either way, this was a tremendous learning experience. I think you've gained so much experience, skill, so much confidence having gone through this that it's kind of like you wouldn't trade it for anything, you know? It's kind of difficult. It is perhaps a disappointment. It's difficult to admit that hey, I've spent so much time involved with this person or this organization or this group that this now to learn that this is just a stepping stone or this was just a transitional period, you know, might have some mixed feelings about it. And I think that's totally normal. We've got to honor how we feel about that. It's okay to be disappointed in this. Right? It's okay to have this moon energy underneath that says, hey, now I don't know what the future is going to hold. I don't know what's going on, you know, later today, let alone tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. This is a lot of uncertainty. Yeah. This is seeing that the future is kind of dark now. Maybe back here when we were involved with this group, we thought we knew what the future would look like. We thought we saw this picture of the world. And now that's no longer there, now it's just kind of a blank canvas. Well, we could look at it as either a black hole, right? Or we could see it as a blank canvas. Yeah. It just depends on how you want to look at it. Because now it's not so much that the future has become uncertain, that it's now shrouded in darkness, right? Now it's kind of like, now it could be anything you want, right? So it really depends on how we accept this situation. Is it empowering you, or is it kind of, is it crushing, right? And I think we need to look at it as being empowerment, because now you have the direction, you have the paintbrushes and the paint and the canvas, right? So I think that this really is a huge, it's a huge win for you. And I know it doesn't feel that way now. Right? But the best things in life are coming your way in this future. Because we've gone through this and we've been able to recognize that this phase of life is over. And now we're able to go into this this hermit period, which to me it's not literally a hermit period. I don't think you're like retiring from life. Maybe some of you are retiring. Maybe this is the card of retirement. You know, maybe you've put in a whole heck of a lot of time and blood, sweat, and tears at this company for your entire life. Maybe now you're finally retiring, and maybe now you're looking back at that whole commitment, that whole career, and thinking, they don't even seem to appreciate it, right? You've been in that situation. You give a company 5 or 10 years of your life, and then at the end of it all, they don't even really seem to notice that you've left, right? The heck with it, right? I think that is, we have to look at this like the glass is half full. We have to look at this as the blessing that it really is, right? Because now you have this freedom, you have this control, you have this creativity. Now you have the ability to really manifest your will and your creative energy and your spirit. We have to honor how we feel. It's okay to be disappointed or sad or disgruntled, right? It's okay to be kind of uncertain and to have some mixed feelings about this situation. But this is your year. And this Eon card is about a fiery doorway. This is about an opportunity that is for the best. It is going to be miraculous. It's going to be difficult, right? It's a fiery doorway. I mean, it's on fire. It's not going to be too pleasant walking through it. But you'll be glad you did, right? So this is kind of a card that says, hey, endings aren't always easy, right? And we feel a certain way when things end. Even if it wasn't that good of a thing anyway, we still feel some sort of way when it's over, right? And that's normal. We have to honor that. But we can also be quite happy about the prospect. We could be excited for the future, right? Let's do a divine doorway card for this Eon or judgment card. And we'll just, we'll shuffle till it feels right, and then we'll see what our doorway is. I'm going to close my eyes so I don't get drawn in by any of the images here. I think that one feels about right. Change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Don't be alarmed, as change beckons today. So this is that bittersweet moment. This is a kind of a blessing in disguise. I feel like there is a lot of mixed feelings here. But I think this change is good. This is positive change, right? With the moon card here, I wonder if some of you are even having these aspirations to move a little closer to the water, right? And we see the 5 of Cups here in the environment. Maybe we want to live a little bit closer to nature, a little bit closer to our desires, right? Maybe we've been in the city because that's where the work was, right? Now there's this opportunity to change that, to move somewhere that is a little bit more in line with who we are spiritually, right? I mean, the Hermit's got a lot of potential there. The Hermit is looking for that inner guidance. What do I want? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Yeah, we're searching for meaning now. We don't know what the future will bring. Things are kind of, it's a blank canvas. Sometimes it looks like a black hole, but we're searching for our own inner light. We're trying to discover a new meaning, a new purpose for our life, right? And we feel kind of a mixed feeling about that too. That's a little bittersweet, yeah. But I think it's going to have very, very positive results for you. Now, there's someone in your life with a J name. I'm getting a J name person. Maybe a younger person in your life with a J name. I think that they are very, very close to you. I don't know if it's a relative. Maybe if it's a child or a niece or nephew or something like that, or a younger sibling. But I feel like this is an opportunity really to work on those relationships too. We're going to move to the path of the serpent now. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay? Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay? So on the path of the serpent here, now I got drawn in by this J name and this water energy. I wonder if there is some relationships that you now you feel like you can work on them. You feel like you can kind of nurture some of these family relationships, some of these more intimate relationships in your life. You know, this transition now from the many to the one, if this is a retirement thing, if this is kind of going solo, I think it's giving you a lot more freedom. Okay? First thing we have is the Two of Swords. This is general energy. This is us really thinking that we have to choose, that we have to quickly hurry up and decide what our next move is. Well, the Two of Swords is saying, don't look at it that way. Don't look at it as there has to be a plan. I have to figure out what I'm going to do right now. Let's take a breath. Yeah. Let's breathe deeply. And let's try to allow Spirit to guide us. See, this card's all about the psychic perception. Yeah, the intuition. There's a connection with the moon with this card. It's not so much about, I've got to choose which way am I going. Got to make a choice. This is about the transcending of the mental, intellectual energy, to just perceive in that kind of, that spiritual, psychic, intuitive way. It's learning to listen to that light that's inside of you. Where is it that you want to go? I think you have I'm getting something with the tooth or the jaw or the mouth or something. Go get that checked out, okay? There is this inner guidance. There is, you have a very fertile imagination, and allow yourself to explore that. And that's part of this hermit work. What is it that you can imagine and feel? What is it that you really desire? Where are you being pulled? What is pulling you? Is it your intimate relationships? Is it this person with the J name? We have a lot of interests, dreams, a lot of desires in your life that have yet to be fulfilled. And that to me is a Five of Cups thing. And I feel like you have the opportunity now to start exploring some of these other dreams and desires and passions and interests. Yeah. You have the opportunity now to fulfill some of these, explore some of these, test them out, experiment with different things. What do you like? What do you want to do? What things have meaning for you? Yeah. So there's this, there's creativity, right? And that's part of this. If you are, maybe you're not retiring, maybe you're going solo, right? Well, that gives you a lot more creative freedom. Now you're not limited by what this world was, right? These are boundaries. You're part of a musical group, you're part of a band. Well, this band has a certain sound, a certain look, and this is what the record company expects. This is what the public expects. Well, now you're solo. Now you can experiment with all sorts of different genres, different mediums. You're not pigeonholed. You have no boundaries now, right? The Hermit's very close to the Fool. Very similar energies there. The Four, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. The Four of Wands here is this is the difficult position, and this is kind of a concern really that we maybe are not going to find our thing, right? That we're going to feel a little bit lost, and we're going to feel a little bit like we're wandering, right? That we're not going to have any kind of, this is kind of us missing the limitations a little bit. This is us wanting a sense of boundaries. This is us wanting a little bit of structure and order and rhythm in our lives, right? So we miss a little bit about this. We miss the schedule. Well, I had to be at work at 6 in the morning, yeah, but at least I was on a schedule. I had my routines. So this is us missing that a little bit. And that's okay. We can structure these into our own lives, right? We can set goals for ourselves. We can set little rules. Wake up every morning, maybe not 6, maybe 8, right? Create your own structure and routine in your life and stick to it the best you can. Yeah. Because the biggest thing, I think, with this kind of transition is that we lose all sense of time and place. We lose all sense of organization. We lose all structure. And it becomes chaos, right? It becomes this Five of Wands up here. So I think we need to establish our own routine, our own habits, our own rhythm, our own cycle of life. And now this has to come from our heart. It has to come from our spirit. It's not anyone else giving it to us. Right? We don't have a set schedule here by the boss. Now we are our own boss. Yeah. I like this very much. I feel like you like to work with your hands. I feel, especially with the Five of Wands here, I feel like you're a very tactile person. So I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of like arts and crafts, a lot of gardening, a lot of like sculpture even, something where you really have to use your hands. So I think it's very important that you have a routine of health and fitness. You wake up at 8, do your stretches, get a drink of water, make sure that you stay physically fit. Because I think, again, that's the biggest problem in a transition like this is chaos. Not having structure, not having order. There's no rhythm, there's no routine. And things just they get just lost, So we have to have that routine of health and fitness and well-being and nutrition and exercise and make sure that you have something to do on a routine basis. Get outside, get in nature, get in the dirt, new hobbies, new sports, new interests. I kind of feel like you're even someone that does maybe not a martial art necessarily, but like Tai Chi or something like that, right? Something that kind of keeps the energy flowing through your body. Yeah. It may even be martial arts, so maybe it is some kind of jujitsu or something that I'm feeling. But a lot of good things are coming. It feels like this is going to be the best year. It feels like everything now is just kind of like everything's on the table. Everything is possible for you. So it feels like a kind of a sad situation. It feels like an ending or a loss, or it's really opening up so much for you. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe some water energy. Yeah. Maybe 6 of Cups. Maybe a 3 of Cups. I think a 3 of Cups would be what we need here, right? If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. All right? I'm thinking 3 of Cups. Well, it's the Queen of Pentacles. That's okay. That's all right, too. It's a mixed bag with this card, too, the Queen of Pentacles, because this is someone who's living their best life, or they should be. You have all this abundance around you, but there's something missing. This is the Queen of Pentacles who is still longing for something else. Should be enjoying all that abundance, right? But they're staring in their hands and they're longing for something else, right? So this is something that we need to be careful with, because you have this opportunity now to really create your best life, to make this the best year of your life. But there's still something that we're nostalgic about. We're still living in the past a little bit. We still feel like something's missing. Yeah. We need to find that within us. We need to find that in our relationships. We need to find that in our intimate bonds with other people, not in the past. Okay? If you feel like something is missing, we need to go out and actively discover that with this fire energy here. Okay? This, I think, is also the ability for you to appreciate this past. Just because we're out of this situation, just because this maybe isn't ending the best way, right? We feel some kind of way about the way this ended, right? Or about the way it was handled, or about the farewell that we received or didn't receive. We still have to appreciate this for what it was. This was in our lives for a reason. Spirit put you here for a reason. And so the Queen of Pentacles is us understanding what this taught us. Maybe this was your entire life at this company, your entire career. You have to appreciate it, right? You have to find the value in that. You have to learn from that experience. Don't reject it, okay? I think this is a very complex mystery card, but I think it works well with the rest of the reading, you know? Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's either up in the corner or down below in the video description. New readings for Capricorn are usually Thursdays and Sundays, but I felt kind of compelled to do a bonus reading for you today. Okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. All right, check in with me. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.